Hi everyone, thank you for listening to the Highlights from Ukraine podcast, your daily audio summary of the latest news reported in the Ukrainian media. My name is Artem, and here is the news. For 436 days, Ukraine stands strong against the forces of the Russian invasion. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the founder of the Wagner private military company, has written a letter to the Russian Defense Ministry stating that he will withdraw mercenaries from Bakhmut after May 10th, reports Ukrainska Pravda. Prigozhin claims that they don't have enough ammunition and thus are doomed to a senseless death. At the same time, spokesperson for the Eastern Group of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Sergei Cherevati, said that he is skeptical about the statement made by Prigozhin. Cherevati doesn't believe that they will be allowed to retreat from the city because not Prigozhin but Putin makes decisions there. According to Cherevati, Wagner fighters have enough ammunition and their losses are explained by successful actions of the Ukrainian defenders. What Prigozhin and his private military company really lack is people. Cherevati said that convicts are no longer going to the front line. Prime Minister of Ukraine Denis Shmyhal arrived in the UK where he is expected to attend the coronation of King Charles III, reports Ukrinform. Shmyhal met British Defense Secretary Ben Wallace and coordinated the steps necessary for a counter-offensive and further strengthening of Ukraine's defense capability. Together with Wallace and the First Lady of Ukraine, Olena Zelenska, the Prime Minister visited the training grounds where Ukrainian soldiers are situated. According to him, about 15,000 Ukrainian soldiers have already been trained in the UK. We would really appreciate if you could recommend us to your friends and family as well as share information on social media. This way more people would learn about the podcast and truth about Russia's invasion of Ukraine. President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky informed that during the year of operation of the United 24 fundraising platform, it raised over $325 million in contributions from international companies, Ukrainian businesses, charitable organizations, world celebrities, and donors from 110 countries, reports Radio Liberty. With the funds accumulated with the help of United 24, the relevant ministries purchased 176 ambulances, hundreds of pieces of medical equipment, ammunition for Ukrainian defenders, the first demining vehicle in Ukraine, contracted more than 3,800 drones and unmanned aerial vehicle systems, rebuilt 11 bridges in Mykolaiv, and began to create the world's first fleet of marine drones. Danish Defense Minister Troels Lund Poulsen said that Denmark and Germany are joining forces to transfer 80 Leopard 1 tanks to Ukraine, reports Suspilne. According to Poulsen, the tanks should be ready for use in Ukraine by June 1st. The tank has a very good firepower and a good ability to navigate the terrain. And it is important that there is a very large number of them, and this is what Ukrainians need, the minister said. The EU Council has agreed to allocate €1 billion for the purchase of artillery shells and, if necessary, missiles for Ukraine, reports Channel 5. The assistance measure will finance the provision to the Ukrainian armed forces of 155mm caliber artillery rounds and, if requested, missiles, which will be jointly procured by EU member states from the European defense industry. Together with the previous decision to swiftly provide ammunition from existing stocks, the EU is committing €2 billion to this purpose, bringing the total EU military support to Ukraine to €5.6 billion. Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, Dmytro Kuleba, welcomed this decision. You might have noticed that we've changed visual elements of our podcast. Let us know what do you think about that via email, highlightsfromukraine@gmail.com. It's highlightsfromukraine@gmail.com. We appreciate your feedback. The German arms producer Rheinmetall wants to provide Ukraine with a significant amount of artillery ammunition and announced plans to produce up to 600,000 shells per year, reports European Pravda. Rheinmetall CEO Armin Paperger said in an interview with Handelsblatt that they are already producing 450,000 shells per year. Now Rheinmetall plans to expand to 700,000. He added that the possible expansion will take some time and will cost about €2 to €250 million. The Highlights from Ukraine podcast is a commercial initiative of just two people, and we need your help to grow. Share information about the podcast, rate us in the app, subscribe to our Patreon. With your support, we are getting better. We call on you to demand from governments of your countries to impose the toughest sanctions possible on Russia and its citizens to stop their invasion of Ukraine.